Okay, what's up, everyone? Figured I was probably would do a stream just to get my impressions of the Book of Boba Fett trailer that came out today. Wasn't sure if I should do a video, but figured there's not really that much in here to really go through the trouble of making the video, so I'm just gonna do a quick stream just to get my impressions out there for those who are interested. And yeah, let's not waste any time and get started on this. Okay, so start off in Tatooine. Bormar Monk.
I am not a bounty hunter.
There's Jabba's palace. This okay, so this looks like a pit droid of some kind, like at first I thought it was like a Boromar monk, but like it doesn't really look like one, especially, you know, like, come on, look at the hands here. So yeah, I'm thinking it's a pit droid. I'm not sure what you guys think, but yeah, that's the first thing that came to mind in this scene. The second thing that comes to mind here, of course, is Boba Fett's face. So you could definitely see that Boba's got some kind of like back to spray between the shows, The Mandalorian and this. He's got no more scars now, so I mean, there's like a little scar here, but like, you know, when you compare to how he looked like in The Mandalorian to how he looks like here, then yeah, it's clearly big difference. I mean, the guy has eyebrows now, so he looks a lot better. And not just that, but also Tamora Morrison too. Like, I don't know if it's just me that noticed, but he's a lot more leaner here than he was in The Mandalorian. I'm not sure if maybe it was just like the padding that he wore in The Mandalorian, but he just had like that kind of dad bod. While here, he just looks a lot more leaner, like muscular, like he lost, I'm assuming, some of that dad bod weight, if that was the case. But either way, he just looks a lot better now than he did in Mandalorian. So there's that.
I've heard otherwise.
So even though the helmet, you can see there's a bit more scratches here. So at the end of The Mandalorian season 2, we of course know that he repainted his armor, but clearly he's been in some kind of battles since then, as he's got some battle damaged scratches on the armor again. So yeah, who's to say that at the end of this series he's not gonna have his armor is gonna be like, you know, torn up like with scratches like his original armor was back in Return of the Jedi and such. So yeah, that is interesting. And still, you know, the little bump on the helmet there from what we can assume is the shot from Cad Bane, if that scene is still canon, which I'm pretty sure I think it is. So the Lucasfilm logo is all green, Boba Fett style. So this is interesting. Where exactly are they here? I was gonna say, so first, off the top of the year, like, you know, I'm sure everyone's minds is this would be either like Mos Espa, Mos like Eisley, but this doesn't look like anything like that. So this seems like it's probably their first visit in this town. Here it looks like he's visiting some Ithorian, which is the head of this this city, this town, whatever it is. guessing Boba is trying to let him know who's in charge now that he's like taken over Jabba's position, and he wants the Ithorian to work with him, give him like a piece of his cut, his pay, like the typical gangster stuff. So be interesting to see how this conversation plays out, if the Ithorian's gonna even play ball with Boba. We see also Twi'lek here. I guess he's like a servant of the Ithorian. Nice room. There's like, I guess, the throne room, the main room that the Ithorian has in a mansion, I would assume. Looks pretty good. I like the detail around here.
Throne of your former employer.
All right, so this is pretty much it. Look at this. This is crazy. When we think about cities on Tatooine, let's be honest, we never really think of them like this. It's usually it's usually much more smaller, more spread out, not as dense as this, like skyscrapers, for example. Maybe that's actually this in the middle, this building in the middle might be that Ithorian's mansion, for all we know. But either way, this looks like pretty crazy compared to like what we usually think of when we, imagine from at least what we know or seen of Tatooine City. So yeah, this is pretty cool. It's a lot different than what we would usually see in other Star Wars media when it comes to depicting Tatooine. This actually reminds me, I'm not sure about you guys, but this actually reminds me a lot of Jeddah. Of course, it's a little bit different because here it's like city on top of the hill, and underneath it, Jeddah was like just like a city on top of a hill, but still, it's like somewhat of that. That gives me that vibe. From Jeddah, the holy city on Jeddah. It's just missing a Star Destroyer. Okay, so these guys, we can tell these guys probably work for the Ithorian just based on the background, which looks like it's the same. Looks like it's the exact same room that Ithorian was chilling in. And what's interesting here is some Gamorrean guards. And they're behind Boba. I'm wondering if these Gamorrean guards are working with Boba. So, when Boba goes and takes over Jabba's palace, the Gamorrean guards just chilling there are like, okay, we work for you now. You took out Bib Fortuna. We were with him. You're now our new leader. We worked for Jabba. Then we worked for Bib. And now we're working for you, Boba. So I guess Boba takes a little army of Gamorrean guards or something like that to this Ithorian, because he knows there's probably going to be some issues, as we can see here. Likely this is the case. I'm just curious. Okay, so based on what I can see here, it looks so decent. My issue was the Gamorrean guards in The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 1. Not sure if you guys remember, but the Gamorrean guards in that wrestling scene looked way too skinny, and just it looked like two dudes just wearing makeup and like a mask of a Gamorrean guard. It didn't really sell me on them being legit Gamorrean guards. So I'm curious if they can fix that in the Book of Boba. We're just gonna have to see. It's kind of hard to tell here because it's blurry, but it kind of looks okay. I need to see a better, like a more clear image. But yeah, looks like the Ithorian is not playing ball. I don't know if there's gonna be a firefight actually happen here, or actually, you know what? this might be episode 1. This Ithorian might not want to work with Boba, and Boba might kill him, and the word might spread around to the other, little crime bosses on Tatooine that Boba means business. Okay, so here he takes his helmet off. That's one thing I'm not too crazy about, is how much Boba seems to take his helmet off, at least in the trailer. So I get it's like Tamora Morrison, he wants his face shown and everything, but okay, we've always been used to seeing Boba Fett in the original trilogy, in the video games, and like the comic books. He's always wearing his helmet. Really, the only times we've seen him actually take his helmet off is in The Mandalorian. And, I guess really there it was, I guess maybe more of an exception than the rule. But I don't know how I feel about seeing Boba take his helmet off this much times. I don't know. Maybe it'll grow on me when I watch the actual series. But yeah, so far I'm not too crazy on the idea.
I intend to rule with respect.
All right, so here's a nice shot of Jabba's palace. It looks like there's someone walking here. I don't think that's Boba. If it would be, he'd be at least like Fennec. So I'm assuming that's like someone coming to visit Boba, possibly a messenger of some kind. Looks like there's maybe like a Boromar monk there or something like that.
All once captains under.
Okay, so this is, assuming, as well as Fennec mentions, these are former captains that worked under Jabba. Now I guess they're like little mini crime bosses on Tatooine. And one thing is, we don't see that Ithorian here, so I'm assuming that Ithorian dies in the first episode, which scares all these guys into wanting to actually work with Boba Fett. And yeah, I mean, the creature effects on these guys, these Trandoshans at least, look really well done. Especially when you compare the Trandoshans from season 1 of The Mandalorian. Then yeah, this looks like so much better. Big improvement. I think there's even some CGI work done on these guys as well, so that's pretty cool.
Jabba the Hutt.
I'm here to make a proposal.
Okay, we get a little better view of these Gamorrean guards here. I'm still not sure on these guys. I think they look a little bit better. I think they look a little bit better than the ones in the whole Mandalorian wrestling scene. But yeah, I don't know about them yet. Again, we see Boba without his helmet off. I guess maybe he's just doing it for just this occasion, to be more personal with these guys. I don't really see Boba Fett taking off his helmet off for just any Joe Blow on the show. So, yeah, hopefully that's the case.
Mutually beneficial.
That's a pretty cool scene, Fennec and Boba, which I can assume it's on top of Jabba's palace at night. Just hold on. Kind of forgot how the top of Jabba's palace looks like. Let's see. Yeah. This building right here, I'm assuming that's this little tower. So that's pretty cool. That's like the first time we actually get to see this tower, this part of the tower, especially at night, actually visited, done something with. So that is pretty gnarly right there. Or is it Jabba's palace? I'm not 100% sure. Might be. I'm thinking it might be. All right.
Why speak
Some
of
Tusken Raiders.
when cooperation can make us all?
Again, we see Boba and Fennec wandering around with these Gamorrean guards. Okay, so I'm starting to think that my hunch is actually legit. These guys are going to be traveling with Boba. Although it looks like he's only bringing 2 Gamorreans with him. Which, does he not have more? I don't know. Like, or maybe they're just for show. Because, like, really, Boba is not really afraid of any like security forces of any of these crime bosses that he would have to face, especially if Fennec like right beside him. You know, like these two are an army of their own. So these Gamorreans are more of a like just for show, like just for symbolic nature right there. So still pretty cool.
Make us all rich.
Okay, so these Twi'leks here, like, they look really well done. Especially like the Leku here, it looks really good. Definitely makes me excited for potentially seeing Hera in the Ahsoka series, because of course, like we mentioned with the Trandoshans, they're constantly improving the aliens, like the alien effects, the costume work, the makeup, all of that. Especially like little CGI work as well. They're all improving that as the show goes on. So yeah, we saw that the Trandoshans. We're seeing that now of the Twi'leks here. It's an underworld. All right, the Slave One. Looks like he's traveling here. It could be back to Jabba's palace or to another of the crime bosses.
What prevents
Okay, so this is back on Jabba's palace.
us all from killing you and taking what we want?
All right, so there's a little battle scene here. It looks like some kind of coins. Credits are being dropped from Boba's helmet. Was he trying to steal something from someone, or is it like some kind of peace offering that like this whole operation goes wrong? These guys of these shields look really cool. Usually, actually, we're used to always seeing, just like shields in Star Wars. Like they're always blue shields, but these are red. So that is interesting. I'm curious to see how different they work from the regular blue ones. If they have some kind of limitations, are they better? Are they worse? Either way, this looks pretty. This looks cool. So, I don't think these guys work for the Dorian crime boss. I'm assuming these guys might be of a different crime boss, or actually, or maybe they do work for the Dorian. After Boba takes care of business outside, he goes inside. He takes these guys out first, and then he goes inside to face the Dorian. Because I have a hard time believing that these guys belong to a different crime boss when I'm assuming we see most of them like in agreement with Boba at the meeting. So yeah, this might be the Ithorian's henchmen. Yeah. I'm thinking it is the Ithorian's henchmen because you can just tell by the city they're in, like the caverns, like the hills here, which we saw right here. This one right here, which is most like the Ithorian's like city. Then these guys are probably, they try to stop Boba from entering the Ithorian's mansion. Boba, of course, takes him out. So, but he has his helmet off here. So, I'm really curious what is going on here. Like, why does he have credits in his helmet? Why does he take it off? I don't know. Or now that I think about it, like, he looks really surprised, and the Gamorreans are not with him. It could be possible that he meets with the Thorian inside the mansion. They come to somewhat of an agreement. Then when Boba leaves the mansion, then the Thorian, I guess, I don't know, like, backstabs him, changes his mind, and that's why, like, Boba's surprised, like, what the heck, man? I thought we had a deal. What is this? So, yeah, this could be that. And as we can see, it he doesn't really have any trouble taking them out.
If you had spoken such insolence to Jabba, he'd have fed you to his menagerie.
Please.
All right, so Fennec is scaring these guys here.
Speak freely.
December 29. Wow.
Captains.
Yeah, so one thing I think I heard here, hold on.
Wise.
Was it something mentioned that he's no longer a bounty hunter?
I've heard otherwise.
What, right here?
Hunter.
Yeah, here.
Not a bounty hunter. I am not a bounty hunter.
I am not a bounty hunter. Yeah, that is somewhat, like, that is interesting right there, because as we know, Boba Fett is one of the most feared bounty hunters in the galaxy. Always been the case. Even when he was a kid, he was a bounty hunter, and something happens. Like, he has this change of character, as we witnessed. Evan and I talked about it back in the Mandalorian season 2, when Din first meets him, and he has this. He's like almost a completely different character, where he wants to, break a deal with Din. If he gets his armor back, then he helps him with the child of Grogu, defending him and all of that. It's it's his word, and he'll do everything he can to help him. It just doesn't really sound like it just didn't sound like the Boba we all knew from both Legends and the canon, like the previous canon material. So it's pretty evident that Boba has, during his time in the Sarlacc pit, or even after he gets out, that he has this change of character. He just sees the light, and he sees the that he needs to change his ways, that he everything he was doing before was wrong, and he needs to completely turn around the direction in the course of his life. So he probably just is you know what? Bounty hunters are scum. I'm no longer that. I'm a simple man just trying to make my way in the galaxy. So yeah, that might be it. And that's probably why he's you know what? I'm no longer a bounty hunter. I want to do something more. I want to help out Tatooine, the communities here, and I want to rule, take over for Jabba and rule over Tatooine, and actually, because when he was still without his armor, he got out of the Sarlacc pit. He was out in the wild, and he saw a lot of stuff that he probably didn't witness back when he was just his normal bounty hunting self prior to Return of the Jedi. So he probably witnessed a lot of stuff, and it changed him, and he's now he's okay, I'm no longer going to be a bounty hunter. I'm going to try to rule Tatooine to change all of this for the better. So that's my theory on what's going on here, but we'll just have to see. I'm not sure what if you guys have your own theories on what's going on of Boba here. What's the reasoning for him acting completely different than what we have always known for him to be. Definitely curious to hear what you guys think. So far, based on this trailer alone, like I said, there's not really that much here. That's why I didn't really want to make a video, like a normal video. I figured I might as well just do a quick stream, get my thoughts out, because there's not that much here, and for good reason, of course. There's, of course, rumors of like Cad Bane and such showing up here, so they're not going to show that in here. If anything, this is more of like a teaser trailer than an actual trailer, even though Lucasfilm is calling this the official trailer. So, yeah, it feels more of like a teaser to me. But, you know, it's both a good and bad thing. That it's good that they're not showing us too much, that like we'll get to save that for when we actually watch the series and be surprised if like the stuff that it does get shown. But at the same time, this kind of feels somewhat underwhelming, at least for me. Because I don't know about you, but I'm assuming all the stuff in this trailer is probably gonna be literally it's going to be done within the first 10 minutes of the show or so, like of the first episode, you know? So it's not the most interesting stuff there is, but it's something. Again, about Boba's character change, it's still, like, I don't know, it still feels a bit out of his character to go from like a lethal bounty hunter and a tool of like Darth Vader to some kind of criminal kingpin that is like bent on wanting to control Tatooine no matter what, and even working alongside these crime bosses rather than just like, you know, wiping them out one by one. So they're definitely gonna have to address this. Again, this is Jabba's throne room here. What else do I want to say about this? The whole thing about this show, it definitely feels, just based on this trailer alone, it feels like for sure really political. Which, you know, there's a reason for that. This is like this whole mafia angle, which is certainly interesting. It's different. And you know, even though this trailer might not be the best Star Wars TV series trailer that's ever come out, it was probably needed. It's probably needed, just so we can get some type of content within like this Star Wars like gangster / underworld type of series. Which, you know, we all thought that The Mandalorian would be that The Mandalorian would be the underworld, scum, and villainy series that we all expected it to originally be, which it kind of started out as that, and then later it just, you know, transitioned into the usual, you know, Star Wars Jedi kind of thing. So, you know, Jedi, the Force, we need to save this Jedi, and so on. This is going to be like probably, from by the looks of it, just going to be like no nonsense politics, like gangster, mafioso, underworld, Star Wars goodness. And yeah, that might not be for everybody, but I'm definitely down to check it out. We've been wanting a series something like this for quite a while, so hopefully this is exactly that. You know, I believe from what I've heard, there's going to be 9 episodes, so this is going to be short. There's not like, and it sounds like it's going to be a limited run series, so it's probably not going to be a season 2. It's all going to be one and done in 9 episodes. You know, so it might be a good thing, might not be a good thing. You know, if people are watching this and, you know, we really start to enjoy this, like kind of like, let's say, Loki for Marvel, which I think that start was supposed to be a one series, like a limited series. At least that's the way they presented it to be, even though, of course, we all know later that they were planning on making more. But yeah, that show started out really well, and people wanted more. So I'm curious if that's going to be the case of Boba. I kind of doubt that we'll get a season 2 out of this, but hey, who knows? So yeah, those are my quick first impressions of this trailer. Like I said, there's not that much here, but hopefully we get to see a little bit more before the series comes out. But again, I'd like to know your thoughts about this. Are there anything here that you guys may have like really liked or disliked? Do you like the whole vibe this show is going with? What do you think about Boba like being shown more without his helmet and with his helmet? And yeah, if you think there is a chance we may get a season 2 or not, or would you even want one? I'm sure we're all waiting for season 3 of The Mandalorian, so this could be a good substitute that we'll have for The Mandalorian season 3. Normally, we get The Mandalorian, around this time of the year, but instead we're getting the Book of Boba. Well, they got to finish season 3 of The Mandalorian, so only time will tell how good this will be. I'm sure there's a lot of people who are going to be straight up like, oh, it's going to be good no matter what because it's Boba Fett. But, you never know. I'd rather be cautious than just go into this and be like, oh, this is going to be the greatest thing no matter what because it's Boba Fett. And then by some chance, be disappointed because of who knows what. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it, but I'm cautious. Especially this trailer didn't exactly wow me, but it did pique my interest. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at this here. It's already 33 minutes. I don't want to go too long with this. This video is already longer than what I would have done if I actually had made a legit scripted video. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. So let me know your comments and thoughts about the series down in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys on the next video. All right, so may the force be with you, and see you guys later.